Hey creative friends, it's Gwen and I am back today with another scrapbooking process video. Today's share is part of the Scrappy YouTubers Lift-a-thon that is happening right now. So if you're new to my channel and you're popping along the hop, a big welcome. Today I am going to be scrap lifting the amazing Queen Erica Rose. I'm so excited about this. Been a big fan of Erica's for forever, so the opportunity to scrap lift a page of hers is very welcomed. I will be very sure to leave links in the description box below for all the ladies who are going along with the hop, and you'll be able to see who is sharing in the next video. Now let's get on with the layout. So I do absolutely have a plan. I will leave an image above somewhere here of the scrapbook layout of Erica's that I am scrap lifting, and it's been nice and easy for me because I have chosen one that uses this cut file from Cut to You, and that's the same one that she's used, and I have cut it in a very similar way, so nice and large, and it will be centered on the background of my page here. I will also leave a link to the cut file in the description box below, and you will have noticed that I've actually kept pretty true to Erica's page. I didn't really want to mess with it too much. It's stunning. I love it. I wanted one pretty similar. So I've even kept the same tones as she has in her layout. I'm using the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Bohemian Dream Collection for my page. And I have really used her layout as a guide. So where she has used blocks of color on her page, I have tried to emulate sort of in the same way. So for example, that teal section on the top right hand side of the heart there, so she had that square as a teal pattern paper, so I've chosen a teal pattern paper for my heart, and I've sort of tried to match. There was a couple of sections where I didn't have a pattern paper that was similar to hers, so I just switched it out, like the pink. Yeah, but I just, tried to follow along with her layout as best I could using the supplies that I had. Now you might also notice that on Erica's layout she had a lovely crisp white background, which she had added some mixed media to, which I love the look of, absolutely. But mixed media and I, we're not the best of friends. Sometimes we get along, and most of the time though I feel very overwhelmed and very intimidated by even simple mixed media, so I tend to avoid it. So my workaround for my page, and sort of to keep within my cleaner style, was to switch out her white background with a piece of coloured cardstock. So I found this one in my stash. It's like a pinky purpley color. It's quite mid-toned. It's not pastel, but it's not dark either, and I just felt that that was a really good substitute to the background of the layout there. It adds a little bit of detail without me having to dabble into the mixed media. Now I'm working on my clusters for the page, and I am going to follow along with Erica's lead. This is where it kind of ends up being a little bit different in a good way, just because I'm working with different types of supplies. So in this collection there are a bunch of floral pieces, there's sweet butterflies, and there's some really fun sentiments which I end up using, some like a wild child or a drama queen, and they really fitted with this cute little picture that I have of my daughter here. I am still really closely following along with Erica's page. I have put my photo on the right there in the same way that she has, and I'm going to use the bottom right hand corner of the photo there to ground my main floral cluster. She's done it in a similar way as well, and we've both kind of have those embellishments flowing over the edge of the heart there. I'm also going to be adding the smaller embellishment cluster in the top left hand corner of the heart. I really love how that kind of helps draw the eye from the top left-hand corner of the page down towards the photo and then to the bottom right-hand corner of the page. I think that that was one of the things that really appealed to me with this layout that I chose to scrap lift. I really liked the flow of it. I liked the base design of it, so I didn't really want to change too much up with that. Oh yes, and actually I did find a few little banner pieces that I could use in her layout. On the top left hand corner there, she started her embellishment cluster with a banner, so yeah, I just dug through the little stash of goodies that I had and did that in a similar way. I did pop a floral piece underneath just to balance out things. So I've got flowers in the bottom right. I wanted just one smaller flower there in the top left. And yeah, added the banner piece and then built the cluster from there. I really enjoyed making this page, and I think that was because I didn't try too hard to make it too different. I guess because this is a scrap lift, and you know, I'm obviously acknowledging that it was Erica's page that I've used to create this one. I just found it was quite refreshing actually to just not have to, you know, sit here and think of something unique and different and my own to get this photo documented. It was, yeah, really refreshing just to be able to go and find a layout that really inspired me, that I loved the look of, and then essentially recreate it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I actually think that's a really good thing, because in, you know, 10 years time when my daughter Caitlin is looking at this layout, she's not going to know that it wasn't like my original design or my idea for this layout. She's just going to see the layout and she's just going to read the journaling and hear about the story of the photo. So if you've been hesitant to sort of scrap lift, especially I find maybe scrapbookers who've been around a while or who've been creating for a while, we might be a bit hesitant to scrap lift someone. We might feel that pressure to, you know, make every page we make perfect and this fabulous brand new idea. It doesn't need to be. And yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed making this one, and I loved just the taking that pressure off or taking that stress off and just being able to just go, you know what, Erica's made this stunning page. I'm just going to replicate it using the supplies that I have in a Gwen way. And yeah, I feel like I really did that. Now, as I've been chatting away, the page has been coming together. I've got lots of different textures in this one. I have pulled die cut pieces, which are the florals, but there's also a couple of chipboard elements, which are the floral piece in the bottom right and that little tab on top of the photo that says Shine Bright. I've also pulled out the flare button, so the little birdie there on the left of the photo, that's a flare button. And I will be adding some sequins at the end of the layout, so they add a really nice textural element as well. Now I am locking everything into position with a liquid adhesive. Today I'm using my Scotch Quick Dry in my fine liner bottle. I have done an adhesive comparison between the Scotch Quick Dry and the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, so I will leave a link to that video here if that's something you're interested in. As always, I will leave some close-up images at the end of the video as well, so that you can see all of the layers and the details in the page. And if you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And if you're new here, I would encourage you to subscribe. I have a bunch of layouts coming up in the next few weeks, including my shares for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I have loads more cut file inspiration with Cut to You cut files, and a few other special surprises, so be sure to look out for that. I've also included a bunch of links in the description box below, including all the gals who are joining in on the Lift-a-thon, and there are a bunch of those. I'll leave a link to the cut file that I have used here. There'll be a link for my favorite sequins, and as well as the link to sign up to the Cut to You newsletter, where you'll get cut files sent to your inbox. Thanks for being here, my creative friends. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!